always cold now. Like I am in a sweater and a coat just sitting at work, and it's not even that cold inside my office, but I've noticed when I'm at home hanging out with my boyfriend, my hands are cold all the time. And then last night I was just like freezing to the core. Like I had to go to bed early and put a heating pad on my feet and get in fluffy socks and fluffy clothes and be under two blankets. I don't know if that's related, but I've never been cold before in my life. I usually am just constantly running hot. And it's not like our house is cold. The heat's set to like 72 or something like that. It's not that cold. It's rainy and dreary and cold this morning. I had to go to the post office because, long story short, about a week ago, somebody hit and run our mailbox, and it's been a disaster to try to get it back up. The mailbox is like stuck into the sidewalk, and so the post office won't do anything about it. And then the city's like, okay, well, you might need a permit to rip up the sidewalk. Like, I'm not ripping up the sidewalk. So anyway, we're not getting any packages to our house because they won't deliver anything until the mailbox is up. So I didn't get my protein powder this morning, and I had to go back to the post office for the second day in a row to go pick up a package because they didn't give me the one that they were supposed to yesterday, and I didn't notice. So what I did this morning is I grabbed one of the cafe latte premier proteins. I wanted the caffeine, I wanted something easy, and yesterday my smoothie was made with the one last scoop of my bariatric fusion vanilla powder and then one scoop of the chocolate Orgain, just because I didn't have enough of the vanilla one, and I just don't like that Orgain. I really don't like it. Even just one scoop was just giving a weird taste to my smoothies. I really hate to waste that. I'm hoping maybe I can like bake it into something. Maybe I can do something with it, like make a chocolate waffle. I'm gonna try that. I'm sure I could do something with the powder, but it's just not going to work for my morning smoothies. Oh gosh, this is the start of week 6 now. Today is the first day of week 6. So like 3 solid weeks left. I think my goal for this week alone would be to just get out and walk for like 30 minutes to an hour every day. I think that's doable. I think I'm going to try to do like an hour at lunch today. The next couple of days are going to be difficult though, because I'm not going to be in my office and I'll be at home, and I probably won't want to leave to go take a walk, especially if it's rainy like it is. So we'll see, but I'd really like to start moving more, and especially walking around a lot more before surgery. I'm not going to do any strenuous exercise or anything. A, that's just not me. B, it's just not me. I would like to get back into strength training and stuff later after my surgery. I really liked that. When I was doing that in the beginning of 2019, I really loved strength training at the gym, and there's a whole bunch of reasons I haven't done that in a while. So I'd like to get back to doing that. Walking around after surgery really relieves any of the gas pain that you might have. And I would like to make sure that I'm not so deconditioned that I don't really want to walk around all that much, you know? So before surgery, I'd really like to just get in the habit of walking a lot more, and that not being any possible barrier for me. And then I want to make sure that I am walking consistently after surgery, not just for gas pains, but I just think it would be healthy overall for me to add walking back into my routine and trying to get to, at least 10,000 steps a day. I don't think that that's a big, huge, unreachable goal, but I do need to work myself back up to it. So that's what I'm going to try to work on prior to surgery. I think that's the biggest thing for me right now.
My Kahlua chicken and cabbage from the end of last week ended up lasting for a long time. So this is what I had for lunch, and we'll probably keep having for lunch all week long. And then for dinner, we had a little bit of leftover ahi tuna that really needed to get used. So we just did a repeat poke bowl, and it was just as good as last time.
If I don't get on top of my stuff, I'm going to have no footage to show you guys on what I ate this week. I knew that I was
driving out 45 minutes away from my office to another office that doesn't have a microwave. So the chicken I've been eating for this week was not an option. I mean, I guess I could have eaten it cold, but that sounds awful. And I was going to be stuck here from basically 10:30 a.m. until probably 2 o'clock p.m. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do something for lunch. So I managed to make one of these wraps. It's holding together really nicely. I'm impressed. It just has some of my leftover rotisserie chicken in it, mayonnaise, mustard, and the softest parts of the lettuce I could find so that it wouldn't rip holes in it. I have that. I had a little bit of beef jerky, and I brought a protein water. I bought some Protein 2O. I found them at Costco. I did not like the Premier Protein clear. I think it was fruit punch flavored protein water. I just hated the flavor. This one's watermelon strawberry. I don't know if it's gonna be any better. I just have a feeling like I'm not gonna be able to rely on protein waters, but I did bring one of those today to help with my fluid intake while I'm on the road, but also keep me full because I really just have that wrap. So that's what I'm doing for lunch today. I should probably pop on here and note that this protein water tastes better than the Premier Protein. I do enjoy the flavor more. There is just this weird aftertaste with these protein waters. I don't know what it is. Is that what protein tastes like? I have no idea what it is that aftertaste is. It kind of lingers on my tongue. That's unpleasant. The Premier Protein Clear had this aftertaste that was so bad that I just didn't even want to drink any more of the water. And so I never even got through like more than a couple sips of the bottle. This one does have that unpleasant flavor, but it doesn't linger as long and it's not quite as bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and drink this entire bottle so I don't waste it. I don't know, maybe I'll like it. Maybe it'll be one of those things that I'll like really enjoy by the time I'm done with the bottle. Who knows? Quick dinner tonight. I pan fried some tofu and put together some salad with that sesame seed dressing I've been using, cucumbers and carrots. I have some really wilty lettuce. It's mostly just brown. It's still crunchy and fine, but it needs to get used, and I don't think I'm gonna get through with this bag. So I'm using that up, and I needed something quick and easy. I'm just so tired, and just wanted, I don't know, I just felt like tofu and something quick, so this will do. So I managed to make a breakfast burrito. It's really, I have to hold it awkwardly because, again, these egg wraps are so flimsy, but I doubled up on the egg wraps, and then I have scrambled eggs, a cooked pepper blend, a few pieces of Canadian bacon. I put one of those slices of vegan cheese on it, and then I put a little bit of like light mayonnaise and sriracha on it for some sauce and heat. I had the chicken and cabbage again. I told you, I'm gonna eat this all week. So I spontaneously made some turkey meatballs and a coconut creamy sauce. I did something wrong, I think. I think I put too much xanthan gum in it to thicken it, so it's really awkward and slimy. We'll have to see how it tastes. I'm not really holding my breath for this to be amazing. But the meatballs turned out good, and they look really yummy, so if nothing else, I will have meatballs tonight. Dinner was not my greatest work. Kind of missed the mark today with that recipe, but it was edible. It just, it took a whole bunch of red pepper flakes on top for me to, to just find it okay. The meatballs were pretty good. I cooked them a little too long. I just didn't do that great tonight with dinner. I guess I'm bound to fail at one point, right? So I thought it would be a good idea to make hot chocolate tonight, but I was going to make hot chocolate with protein powder because protein hot chocolate, what did I do? Just heating it turned it into this like mousse. It's not mousse. It has such a really frothy, weird texture. I don't know. Tonight has been an utter fail all around. Breakfast of champions right here. I'm grabbing a Premier Protein and an ounce of beef jerky. That's what I want. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I just noticed that I'm super grumpy and also that I really want to eat a bunch of junk. That's the first time I've really had a lot of desire to just eat a bunch of junk. I walked into the kitchen to go get some lunch and I saw those coconut chocolate bars that my boyfriend bought that I decided that probably weren't a good idea for me to eat on pre-op. And I wanted one so bad. And then I was realizing like I wanted a bunch of other things, that it wasn't like, oh my God, I want this so bad. But it was definitely like, oh, I want that. I want that. I wish I could eat that. I want to eat that. I think they're probably going hand in hand, but I'm super grumpy. It's windy outside. The trees are blowing against the house and making this scratchy, screechy noise that's like driving me up the wall. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna cut that tree down. Every little thing I do, I'm just like, oh, I hate it. I hate today. So I'm sure they're all going hand in hand, and I'm sure they're all related. It could be that all I've had is a Premier Protein today. I haven't even really had any water to drink, so I'm not hydrated. I haven't had any like decent calories, so I'm going to eat some lunch and hope that that kind of helps things along. By the way, lunch is this Kahlua chicken again. Delicious. Whole bunch of it in my fridge. Super easy to just warm up. It's been a lifesaver this week. I really felt like breakfast for dinner, so I made another one of the breakfast burritos with the egg wraps. And I'm glad that I'm doubling up on the wrappers because it really makes a difference being able to wrap them up and have them actually hold their contents. And so I just scrambled up a bunch of peppers and eggs, and kind of like I did earlier this week, and that was dinner, and it really hit the spot. We were out and about doing errands today, and I decided I've been wanting to try something I've been keeping in my back pocket, which is the pho place down the road. I figured I could totally have a bowl of pho without any noodles, and it just sort of becomes a chicken vegetable soup. And I mean, their broth is amazing anyway, so why not? So I had a nice big bowl of delicious pho. The only thing that I really couldn't do that I normally do was add a little bit of hoisin sauce to it. That is pretty much pure sugar, so that wasn't gonna fly. Otherwise, this was a really satisfying, really nice big bowl of soup, and I like that this was an option that I had, because there's really not a lot when you're trying to take stuff out and to eat out. So this was a good one. I scoured the internet and I found one paleo pancake recipe that didn't call for any starch. So I tried and I made it, and I was actually pretty impressed with the results. They don't taste like normal pancakes, of course. You can really tell that it's made with almond flour. It just has a very recognizable taste and texture to it, but they were absolutely satisfying as pancakes. I put a bit of the Walden Farms sugar-free pancake syrup on top of it. It's one of my favorite sugar-free syrups. It does a pretty good job. So overall, this was a good breakfast. I just ate way too many of them. I really should have stopped myself and not eaten quite so many pancakes. The pancakes actually kept me full all day long, so I ended up skipping lunch, and then we just had a really simple dinner. I had a salad, some lean roast, and some asparagus. It's me again, the chicken. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, I'm still lunch. Do you ever have one of those days where you're running around like a headless chicken and you're just like, oh, I don't even have time to breathe? And then you like take a second at the end of the day to look back on the day and realize that you got nothing accomplished? That's the day I'm having. Even prioritizing my walk at lunch. My sister met me at my office and we went for a walk, and it was absolutely pouring rain. I got absolutely soaked. And even like prioritizing that, I'm like, at least I prioritized my health. The camera's over here. At least I prioritized my health, right? Like, at least I got my walk in and got my steps, and okay, yeah, I felt like a little bit behind at work, but you know, it's not too big of a deal. And then I look at my Fitbit and I had like less than 5,000 steps when I got home. I was like, what even, like, I didn't even get that part done today. Like, what is going on? I've had so much to do, and it's nights like this. I don't think I'm any worse. I don't think I'm any hangrier than I normally would be, but I'm not doing too well today. I wish I didn't have to come home and make dinner. That being said, I've been looking forward to dinner all day. Like, I really felt like tofu. I just love tofu. I realized that I eat a lot of tofu on this pre-op diet, but I just really love tofu a lot. I gotta flip this. I realize that you are very hot, but you need to stop spitting at me and catching things on fire. What was I saying? Yeah, it just feels like I'm just so frustrated and angry at everything, like at the world. I go on to the support forum available for me on Facebook. It just feels like everyone's being dumb. I feel like I'm on my own. And I am really glad. Tomorrow is my 2-week mark. Even though I have 2 weeks left, those 2 weeks are going to go by really fast. I'm basically starting the countdown and the prep tomorrow. You know, the 2-week mark is when you start to stop taking vitamins and preparing. You know, you should stop drinking caffeine and all this stuff that it's like, okay, now we're in the home stretch, right? And considering I've been doing this for 6 weeks and I only have 2 left, I think it's going to be no time at all. We've got a lot that just happened that we have to get through for the rest of the year. And I don't know how to balance it all. I don't know how I'm going to balance all of that, plus being post-op, plus, I mean, just basically everything going on right now. So what will be nice is that post-op, I have a lot less food prep to do. For the first month, I'll be working my way back into solid food. So food prep is not going to be complicated at all. And that'll save me some time. But getting everything done before the end of the year is going to be really tough. Let's see how this turned out. A+. I made a peanut sauce. My tofu's finishing frying. I'm going to make a salad with tofu and peanut sauce tonight. Sounds amazing. And I'm gonna watch something and just try to relax a little bit. It's nights like this that it just really sucks because it is 7 o'clock right now and I'm just sitting down to dinner. I'm barely gonna be able to do anything to like wind down for the night, and then I'm gonna have to go to sleep and start it all over again tomorrow. I'm feeling it tonight. All right, well, here is the finished product. Giant salad, peanut sauce, cucumbers, carrots, a whole bunch of basil leaves, and some fried tofu. I don't regret this at all. Okay, 2 good things to come out of tonight. One, my salad is delicious. Super happy. 2, the next season of The Crown is out. Yeah! I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the night.